Well, hello there and good day. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jesse Paul, and I'm a science fiction fantasy author from Long Island, New York. I'm just going over my first half a year of sales in 2026 because I released a book in May. It changed some things. I changed a few things up in terms of how I do things. I have some lessons I've learned, and I just want to talk about it real quick. So, around me in outer space, you can see a spreadsheet that contains basically not much of my book catalog, but importantly on the top cell is Locker's Rebellion. So this is January 2026, February 2026, March 2026, and April 2026. All which Locker's Rebellion was not out. You can see, like, I had a random Physics Trincarnate sale in January, but February, nothing. March, nothing. April, nothing. Right? Because no new book. So why would there be sales when there's no new book, right? New book came out on May 22nd. So everything you're seeing here is basically just May 22nd to the end of May. I sold 6 Kindle, which are basically just pre-orders, and 2 paperback for when Amazon eventually stocked paperbacks. I also sold 1 paperback of the Physics Incarnate novel, which is like the first in the physics series. I have other books than these. They simply have not sold. Tells you where that is. Yes, I know I have a poofy hair. My hair is just cataclysmic. I don't care. So I sold 6 Kindle, 2 paperback, and then 1 other paperback in May. So that's 9 books, right? Which is not bad, but it's also like, hey, new release. So all the people that I could get con into buying the book bought the book. June 2026, which it is currently 2:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 30th. So these numbers aren't final, but they're pretty final. I mean, I don't see too much that's going to change. Well, I've sold 1 more Kindle book and 1 more paperback book. This doesn't count author copies that I've sold to myself that I'm distributing to friends and family and like selling like physically in the flesh. Because that doesn't count. That those are just bought by myself and then I sell them and then they're there. But you will notice that I have 13 itch books sold in the Buy Pan bundle and 3 itch books sold in the Pride Without Prejudice bundle, because I was in 2 bundles this month. Bundles are what they sound like. You pay 1 low price for a bunch of books. So like the Buy Pan bundle, which technically isn't closed yet and won't be closed by the time this is up, that'll close later today. It's 20 books for $20. Pride Without Prejudice is closed, and it was 40 books for $40. So, if when a book normally costs $10, you can get 20 books, but then, like, on the flip side of that, I only get 1 share of that. So if 20 books are being sold, I get 1/20th of the value. It's basically $1 a book, which I'm okay with because I don't really mind, like, selling at a loss, because I've always sold at a loss. What matters to me is that I get books in people's hands. Maybe people try my writing out and they like it, and then they write a review or something. So there's going to be a summer bundle. I'll be promoting that on my Blue Sky. There's a link in the description of this video to my Blue Sky and to the purchase page for just Locker's Rebellion. It's my new book and all that. But, I just wanted to be honest. Like, this is what life is like as an indie author. I've sold, if each of the Amazon sales is worth $6, that's, here's basically like, it's not much, okay? Like, it's not a lot of money. You're not making a lot of money here. And to be honest, like, it's prompted a lot of thought on what I'm going to do for future projects. I think my next project is going to be serialization. I'm meeting with my writing coach on Thursday to go over more of that. We have some plans, but we're going to make more plans. And I think I know what I'm serializing. I think I know how this is going to work. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. Because I feel like novels as a medium are good if you've got a built-in audience, but my problem is discoverability. Nobody's buying it. It's not like I'm getting bad reviews so people don't buy it. I'm getting no reviews. It's not like I'm selling a bunch of books and then having them returned because they're bad books. I'm just not selling a lot of books, period. And it seems like nobody's seeing them. And granted, these numbers, believe it or not, are good compared to like the Physics Trincarnate release. especially when you factor in the bundle aspect of it. Because like, you know, if you were to look at my itch page, you'd see a lot of downloads. So there's downloads taking place, but I just I don't know the best way to explain it other than, hey, you've got no script, you're going off the top of your head right now. You know, small authors that are indies really don't have a lot of discoverability in the world today. You know, Facebook down boosts anything that links off site. Twitter, I don't even use Twitter anymore, but Twitter does the same thing where if you post a link like, hey, go to my website to buy my book, it'll deprioritize you in the algorithm. Instagram, TikTok, all of them do this. Even YouTube to an extent, I'm sure, does this. So it's one of those things where it's like they want to keep you on their website so they don't let you link off of it. Blue Sky doesn't have that limitation, but Blue Sky is very wide open, and like, it's not bad. I like it, but it doesn't have any advertisement features because of the way that it's a decentralized, non-algorithmic thing primarily. So if you don't have an algorithm that put books in your face, what's putting books in your face? So it's one of those things where, like, if you have an algorithm, they want to prioritize keeping you on the site. And if you don't have an algorithm, how are you getting the books? So, one of those things where, like, you know, you just have to kind of play it by ear and grow while you can, where you can, and maybe find a site that has some built-in discovery. Maybe that's an option. You know, there are a whole bunch of serialization sites that are specific for book serialization where people go to find new serials to read. That is a thing I could do. But I don't want to get too into the weeds because at that point it just becomes a tirade. I just wanted to let you have like a brief insight into like, hey, this is what a new book release looks like for a relatively small author in 2026. Take it for what it's worth. Thank you all so much for joining me. All my links are in the description down below. Pieces.